Death is me throughout human history. One of the most universal and mysterious entities has fascinated and terrified us, death. But what if we told you that death isn't just a distant figure, a grim reaper waiting outside our door? What if death isn't just an event, a milestone, or a destination, but rather an intimate companion, a presence that's with us every step of the way? This is the provocative and unsettling idea that lies at the heart of Julian F. Thayer and Todd Davies's graphic novel, Death is Me. By representing death as a character that's both a stranger and a confidant, the novel invites us to reimagine our relationship with mortality. For one thing, it challenges the notion that death is something outside ourselves, a stranger that comes to visit us when our time has come. Instead, it suggests that death is an intrinsic part of who we are, a constant presence that shapes our lives and our choices. For example, in the novel, death is depicted as a partner in a kind of romantic relationship, with all the complexities and nuances that implies. Think of it, death is the only person in our lives who's always there, always waiting for us, always present. And yet, in many ways, we try to avoid thinking about death, to push it out of our minds and into the shadows. But what if, as the novel suggests, that's exactly what death wants us to do? What if death is not just a dark and distant presence, but a prompt, a gentle nudge that encourages us to live our lives to the fullest, to cherish every moment, and to make the most of the time we have? By rendering death as a character, Thayer and Davies invite us to confront our own mortality, to look death straight in the eye, and to ask, what does it mean to be alive, and what does it mean to die? We often think of death as something that happens to others, a distant reality that we can't quite grasp. We may watch as a loved one passes away, pay our respects at a funeral, and then move on with our lives, as if death is a singular event that doesn't personally touch us. But the truth is, death is not just a future event, but a present reality that we all share. We are all holding our own mortality in our hands right now, whether we like it or not. Every breath we take, every heartbeat, every moment of awareness is a reminder that our time on this earth is short. This can be a hard pill to swallow, and it's natural to push it aside, to pretend that we are not ticking clocks, that we are not susceptible to the same fate that has befallen every person who's ever lived. But by acknowledging and embracing this reality, we can break free from the illusion that death is just something that happens to others. This is where the unsettling and liberating aspects of death come in. On the one hand, confronting mortality can be uncomfortable, even terrifying, especially when we are faced with the vast and dark unknown. On the other hand, by accepting death as a part of our shared human experience, we can find a strange and profound freedom. We can stop wasting time on the trivial and the unnecessary, and focus on what truly matters to us, on what brings us joy and fulfillment. We can also cultivate compassion and empathy for those who are suffering, knowing that we're all in this together, that we are all subject to the same ultimate fate. By embracing death as a present reality, we can live more deeply, more meaningfully, and more authentically.